Hello, Mark.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, all right. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. So obviously we're here at Rock City, and you're on tour at the moment with the Bluetones.
Yes.
Back on the road.
Yes.
After a few years. How many years have you had off?
We had 4 years off,
Yeah.
and then we did a tour last September. It wasn't off as much as we just probably split up.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
And then we got back together.
Yeah. Why did you get back together? Not it's a bad thing by any means. What?
We missed each other.
Yeah.
And missed playing together more
Yeah,
specifically. In 2014, I did a solo tour and an electric one, and I was putting a band together, and all the rest of the Bluetones sort of contacted me independently and said, "Oh, if you need a hand, just give us a shout." And so I thought it'd be a nice idea to just get the band back together and play my stuff.
Yeah.
And we did a short tour like that, and I think it kind of just planted the seed in our minds that, oh, this is good fun, isn't it? And we have got a good real chemistry together. And and I've played with lots of other musicians since, and there was that feeling of being back with my team,
I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what was it like? I guess it's kind of like you mentioned the chemistry. What was it that made you personally want to get back? Was it just the feeling of kind of home? And I mean, I guess it's the question. This last question.
I think it's a factor, lots of different factors rather, and I mean the passage of time is one thing as well, because you start to realise that you have things in life that you enjoy doing, and for us it was like, well, one of the things that we enjoyed doing most was playing together, but we don't do that anymore. And the only reason we don't do that anymore is because of ourselves. So I think all turning 40 and that sort of thing, you become slightly more aware of your own mortality, and the part, time would be running out for us to be able to do this and be able to do it well, because we're not going to be able to do it forever. So it just felt, it's difficult to explain, but it felt like now or never. Okay,
so obviously you mentioned turning 40 and everything, and it was inevitably going to be a new chapter for the Bluetones, I guess. At the height of kind of brit-pop, when you had a #1 album and everything, what was that like at the time? Was that like, were you living what you always wanted to live? Did you want chart success? What did you want to get out of the band as a kind of, when you started out, and you got big #1s and stuff?
Yeah, we didn't expect anything like that to happen to us. We kind of hoped we'd find ourselves a sort of cult audience and be able to sustain ourselves. And I mean, I wouldn't say we didn't enjoy everything that happened to us, but we didn't really embrace it in such a way. It felt odd, it felt false, and it felt temporary.
Okay.
And we thought, well, this will even out and we'll find our level of popularity or success or whatever. But I think when we had those things happen to us, #1 records and big hits, it builds a pressure, not necessarily from within the band, but on forces outside who want to maintain this level of success, even though it is unsustainable. And very few acts maintain, in the whole world, maintain that level of popularity, and it's a big machine, and I'm not sure that we were the right people for that machine.
So you kind of reforming as a band, that's purely just because you enjoy it and you always wanted to do it? That was the only reason why?
Yeah, we always wanted to play again, do some more shows, play the old songs again. I mean, there comes a time when you get fatigued from playing the same songs again and again for years and years, and you don't play them for a number of years, and your perspective changes. You like those songs a bit more, and you get more out of playing them, because now it feels like it's our choice. We've got off of that treadmill, and we can come and go as we please. We're not going to make any new records or anything like that. We're just going to keep playing shows.
That's fantastic. So you mentioned your solo stuff. Did you support Matt Berry recently?
Oh no, I'm in his band. I play in his band as well. Yeah, I play in the Maypoles.
I didn't know that. Okay, so what's that like?
Brilliant fun.
Yeah, because Matt Berry obviously he's a big in the comedy world now, isn't he? And in the music world, it's a fantastic blend. So how did that come around? How did it happen? What's it like?
Just from a friendship really. We became friends a few years ago, about 7 or 8 years ago, and we'd socialise together, and then we did a little tour together, a little acoustic tour. I mean, I knew he was a musician, and we went out and did some gigs around the country, just a set each, and then a few songs together. And then an opening came up in his band for rhythm guitarists, so he turned to me and said, "Do you fancy to come and tour?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I love touring." And I like the idea of being in a band but not being the focal point, because all the time in the Bluetones doing my solo stuff, you know, it's all on me.
Yeah.
But this was a new experience for me, and one I thoroughly enjoyed and do enjoy doing. That was about 3 years ago when I joined the band, and we tour a couple of times a year.
Oh, fantastic!
When he's not, as you say, busy with his various projects.
Yeah. So okay, so let's just go back to the stuff you did in the 90s and all the music that you made. Did you, because there's been problems with other bands before and other band members saying that they didn't like their own music, they left the band and then they kind of went, this was never the music that I joined to make. Was the stuff that you made always stuff that you wanted to make? Did you ever feel like corporation came in too much and that changed your sound?
It never interfered in that way at all, not creatively. No interference ever in our career, and we always made the records that we wanted to make, and we were always felt that we were developing together. And part of the reason that we broke up was because it was a sense of frustration within the band, that we felt that our output was going up in quality, but going down in the amount of people that were getting to hear it. And so, I mean, we felt that I don't know, it felt frustrating. So, rather than have that in our lives, we just walked away from it.
So what kind of inspired you to make that kind of music? Because obviously it was, as I say, it was the height of brit-pop when it kind of all came out, you know, Oasis were out at the time and that kind of thing. Were you inspired by any of the current brit-pop bands or what?
One or two, but
yeah.
Always fans of Supergrass. They were considered a brit-pop band. And the Super Furry Animals were a band that were our contemporaries as well, and we always liked them, but I wouldn't say we listened to anybody else. We're certainly not fans of Blur or Oasis or anything like that. You know, we were doing our own things. What we strove for was just some kind of individual consideration, rather than to be lumped in lazily with lots of other acts, because it's not as if there's a committee or it didn't feel like there was a vibe. There was a vibe.
Okay.
I mean, on reflection, because things have changed so much, it seems like something of a golden age. But at the time, it did feel like there was a lot of filler as well.
So what did you always want to be a musician? Was that always something you wanted to do when you were growing up as a kid and a teenager?
Yeah, from sort of my mid-teens.
Yeah.
I turned on to music.
And so I guess obviously it was just, you know, a fantastic opportunity when you hit the big time, and now you can still do things like this now.
Yeah, I do. You've got to be very lucky. I mean, we all acknowledge the fact that, you know, you work hard, but you've got to catch some breaks as well. And for me to be able to make a living out of doing something that I enjoy, it's a blessing, isn't it? And I don't sort of wake up every morning and praise the sunrise and another day as a musician, but there is a sort of sense of not taking anything for granted, and you know, enjoying as much as possible.
And what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't a musician?
I have no idea.
No idea at all?
No, I've never given anything any serious consideration.
Wow.
Well, since I was a teenager, I put all my energy into being in a band.
Yeah.
It was all or nothing, really. And I think you've got to be that way if you want to have any success or get anywhere in anything. You've got to have focus and
I guess it's
commitment.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what you're going to do. You put all your energy into this. All your spare time goes into rehearsing and writing and trying to organise little local gigs, and it just starts to gather momentum before you know it. You're at the top of the charts with a massive slice of luck.
So obviously, even though you never wanted to go to chart success, I mean, it must have been something.
We hoped we would. You know, you want to survive and you want to be a success, but we never thought we'd have #1 records and all that kind of attention.
Yeah.
I mean, when our second record came out and it went top 20, it was like, that'll do. And it went to #19, it was like, perfect. If we can hang around this sort of area, that would suit us down to a T. But then it obviously was taken out of our hands.
So, but what was it like when you got the #1? What was the kind of, was it like an absolute euphoria kind of
no,
feeling?
we were just shell-shocked.
Yeah.
We knew that it was coming because the single had sold so well, and so there was anticipation that the album, which was out a fortnight later, would also pick up some of those, some interest. And so there was a period of about 3 weeks from Slight Return charting to the album actually coming out, and it was just a case of where it was going to go to number 1, 2 or 3, and it was just a weird experience. You know, I didn't know quite how we'd ended up here, and it did feel quite dreamlike, and it certainly feels quite surreal on reflection.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really take it all in,
No.
which is, you know, every night I was going back to my flat in Acton, so it wasn't as glamorous as it sounds.
Well, Mark, I think you're a great man. It's just I don't know.
I can't agree. Can't agree more.
It's been fantastic chatting to you. Thank you very much.
Likewise, Will. Nice to meet you, sir.
Have a wonderful show.
Thank you very much. I'll see you later on.
Yeah.